Good morning, everyone. We're going to be working on our review today of Eureka Module 5, Lessons 1 through 4. So we're going to be just going over very briefly what you've seen this week as a review before you take your Google quiz on lessons 1 through 4. All right, let's get into our first little problems here. And you've been working with fractions, okay? You've been working with fractions, and you've been working on knowing the difference between numerators and denominators, and understanding the difference between numerators and denominators. Remember, with any fraction, this is going to be our denominator, and this is going to be our numerator. All right, denominator and numerator. The denominator is the amount of squares we actually have all together. So that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, the numerator is those squares that are shaded in. 1 and 2. So that means that we have a fraction of 2/5. Out of the 5 total parts, we have 2 that are shaded in, the numerator and the denominator. In your very first lesson of this module, we really focused on understanding and writing number sentences to match the tape diagrams. So for instance, we have a tape diagram here that is shaded all the way completely. Now, if it were shaded all the way, it would be considered one whole. Okay, one whole. That means if I have like a Snickers bar and ate the whole Snickers bar, that would be the entire Snickers bar, the one whole. As of right now, I've only had 4/5, because I have 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, and 1/5 eaten, which makes 4/5. I got the 5 because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares and 4 shaded in. So 4/5. For your next lesson, you had to end up decomposing tape diagrams. So for instance, I'm going to make a tape diagram here. I'm going to shade in as much as I can. Awesome. And you have to decompose this tape diagram. All that means is you can decompose the sum in different ways. So, for example, I need to figure out what this fraction actually is. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7. And I have 4 shaded in. So we have 4/7 here. Now I can decompose this in all kinds of ways. I can literally go 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7 plus 1/7, and that makes 4/7, right? Because we can add the numerators 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 4, and the denominator stays the same. Or I can decompose this in another way. I can do 2/7 plus 2/7, right? Because that makes 4 as the numerator. So that is something that you'll see on your quiz in addition, just decomposing fractions in different ways. And last, you are going to have to show me and write an equivalent multiplication sentence with your fraction. So for example, I am going to break this into a simple tape diagram. I'm going to shade in 3. And so I have 3 shaded in. And how many do we have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 3/6. Okay? So I can decompose this into 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. Okay? Or this is, as a multiplication sentence, can be 3 times 1/6. Because there is 3 1/6. We can just multiply, right? 3 times 1/6 is going to make 3/6. So, that is what you learned in lesson 3. And this is what you're going to see on your quiz today. So I hope that this was a pretty nice reminder of what you learned this week. And this is what you'll see on your Google quiz in Google Classroom.